My love, I never planned to say any of this out loud. I really thought I would keep it all inside, like I always do. I walked into that room fully ready to stay quiet, to protect what I feel for you, to keep your name hidden in that private place in my heart where I store the most sacred things. I've been carrying you in silence for a long time, not because I was ashamed, not because I wanted to hide you, but because some feelings are too deep and too real to share with just anyone. Some truths feel so raw and personal that saying them in front of people feels like exposing your soul to those who will never truly understand what they're hearing. But something inside me changed. Something cracked open. And before I could stop myself, before I could put on my usual mask of small smiles and casual talk, your name slipped out of my mouth. Not just your name, I told them what you mean to me. I told them that you're the reason I haven't been sleeping well. That your voice lives quietly in the background of my days, repeating in my mind like a song I never get tired of. I told them that even when I try to focus on my work, my tasks, and all the noise of daily life, my mind still drifts back to you, softly and naturally, like a prayer whispered under my breath. I told them there is a woman who passed through my life like a storm wrapped in silk, someone who didn't just touch my heart but changed the way it beats. Someone who didn't just love me but helped me see who I really am. I told them that no matter what anyone else says, no matter how they try to explain it with logic, you are my person. You are my heart. You are the sentence I never got to finish. You are the beautiful ache that never fully goes away. When I finally said it, when the words left my mouth, I felt something break open deep inside of me. It felt ancient, like it had been there for years, hidden and ignored. It was as if I had been holding my breath for the longest time without noticing, and that moment was my first real inhale. It wasn't just a confession. It was a release. It was me facing the truth. It was surrender. And for once, I didn't care who heard it. I didn't care how their faces changed when I said, I still feel them in everything, because I wasn't speaking for them. I was speaking for myself. I was speaking for the version of me that has been walking around, trying to act fine, while quietly hurting in a place only you ever reached. And when they looked at me confused, shocked, or even a little amused, I stayed calm. I stayed still. I stayed sure. Because for the first time in a long time, I wasn't pretending. I wasn't hiding. I wasn't making jokes to change the subject. I was telling the truth about the most sacred thing I have ever known. You. I told them how you once looked at me like I was worth all the mess. How you stayed with my silence and gave it patience, like its own kind of forgiveness. How you made me believe love doesn't have to be loud to last forever, that it can live in quiet looks, in still moments, in shared breathing. And I told them that even if we are not talking right now, even if life has put mountains and distance between us, I have never stopped feeling you. I still hear you when I'm alone. I still see pieces of you in places you've never been. I still reach for you in my dreams and wake up holding on to your name. I told them you're not just someone from my past. You're still a part of me. You are the beat of my present life. You are the pattern of how I'm learning to heal. You are the proof that real love never truly disappears. It doesn't die. It just changes form, shifts in time, stretches across distance, and moves through different seasons if it has to. I said all of it, every painful, honest truth I've been scared to admit, and I meant every single word, because if people are really going to know me, if they're really going to see the real version of who I am, then they need to know about you. I need them to understand that the strongest, softest, most powerful kind of love I've ever felt wasn't from a movie or a story. It was real. It was you. It was your presence, your silence, your simple existence. I told them, she's the woman who made me want to become a better man. Not to impress her, not to look good to others, but because she woke something up inside of me that I didn't even know was sleeping. She made me want to be steady, safe, honest, and real in a world where so many things are fake and temporary. I told them that even when I was quiet, even when I seemed far away, even when I pushed you away, I was still loving you. I was still holding you in parts of myself no one else could see. Because how could I not? How could I not love the one person who felt like a mirror to my soul? Maybe they didn't fully understand. Maybe they just nodded and then changed the subject. But I don't mind anymore, because I finally said it. I honored you. I spoke your name like a prayer in front of people who needed to hear that not every love story fits into neat boxes, perfect timing, or standard rules. Some love stories are spiritual. Some love stories are sacred. Some love stories never really end. I wanted you to know all of this because I think part of you still wonders. Part of you still questions if I ever felt as deeply as you did. I know you still hurt quietly, unsure if I ever really saw what you were giving me. So let me speak clearly, with no fear and no mask. I see you. I always have. And now, the people closest to me know it too. They know that you're not just someone I used to know. You're the person I will always carry. You are the soul I recognized before my mind could even understand what was happening. You are the love I will never try to replace. Because to me, you're not just a chapter in my life. You are the story. You are the truth. You are the secret that was never meant to stay hidden forever. After I said your name out loud, after that truth finally left my lips, the whole room went quiet. Not in a cold way, not in an awkward way. It felt like they sensed something holy moving through the space. No one laughed. No one made jokes. No one brushed it off like I thought they might. They just looked at me. And in that silence, I realized something important. Sometimes people can feel when a truth is sacred. When I told them you were more than just someone I loved, that you were the woman who changed my life in a way I still struggle to explain, they felt it. Maybe not the way I feel it, but they knew I wasn't talking about just anyone. They knew I meant the woman. My mother looked at me with a softness she only shows when she knows I'm hurting but brave enough to admit it. She didn't stop me. She didn't rush me. She just listened. I told her everything, that I never stopped loving you, that I never truly let you go, that there are days I wake up and swear I hear your voice, even though I haven't heard it in months. I told her that when I try to imagine my future, your shadow is always there, sometimes in the background, sometimes right in the center, but always present, always somehow connected to who I am. And you know what she said? She said, "That's what real love feels like. It doesn't fade. It just finds new ways to remind you it's still alive." And that's exactly what you are to me. Not gone, not forgotten, still alive. When I told them you were more than just someone I loved, that you were the woman who changed my life in a way I still struggle to explain, they felt it. Maybe not the way I feel it, but they knew I wasn't talking about just anyone. They knew I meant the woman. My mother looked at me with a softness she only shows when she knows I'm hurting but brave enough to admit it. She didn't stop me. She didn't rush me. She just listened. I told her everything, that I never stopped loving you, that I never truly let you go, that there are days I wake up and swear I hear your voice, even though I haven't heard it in months. I told her that when I try to imagine my future, your shadow is always there, sometimes in the background, sometimes right in the center, but always present, always somehow connected to who I am. And you know what she said? She said, "That's what real love feels like. It doesn't fade. It just finds new ways to remind you it's still alive." And that's exactly what you are to me. Not gone, not forgotten, still alive.